at the outset, I'd just like to thank Pragati Leadership, the jury, and I think also all my team members who probably came in for this event. So thank you, everybody, once again. And yes, I am deeply honored by this recognition that has been given to me. And um, when we look at leadership, or when we look at anything today, it's all going back to, pre-COVID and post-COVID, and how leadership probably has adjusted and needs to change. And I think one of the most important things for the leadership today uh, is to not lose sight of our learnings during what we learned during COVID, during the pandemic, the skills that we develop. We don't need to lose sight of this now that we are back to normalcy. And I'd say that there are three important leadership skills that uh, we should be integrating. And that's what I have tried to do as well. The first being is, of course, agility. The second is a data-driven decision making. And the third, I would say, something that is, irreplaceable, or you cannot substitute it. And that's something Mr. Deshpande also mentioned. That is empathy. We saw that, during the recent past, that's the last 2 years, we were forced to think quickly. And we were forced to adjust quickly. And those who didn't, be it people or be it organizations, they crumbled. At the drop of a hat, rules changed, rates changed, boundaries were shut down. We lost access to so many things. And if we couldn't adjust, and if we couldn't think, we were left behind. So I think agility is one of the most important things, and we need to integrate it into our own leadership style. The second, of course, I mentioned was data-driven decision making. In the past, we would hear a lot about, that's a gut feeling I have, but I don't think it holds true now. There is so much of data available for us, and when we take decisions based on data, and I've seen, and though I've been an HR person all my life, many times, we kind of shy away from numbers, and we shy away from data because they actually put the mirror in front of you. And when we have to take those kind of decisions, and when we do take those kind of decisions which are drawn up from data, we can definitely make very informed decisions and very impactful decisions. So, and to be more data driven, I think there are three things here again that one should look at. One would be, of course, technology. And if you see in the recent past, companies who probably were on, this journey of digital transformation, and who probably thought it would take years, actually ended up doing it in a couple of weeks also. So one is the technology. Second, of course, is people. And third is process. And I must say that the best business plans come when there is the right, and there's a perfect combination of these three things at the core of business. And I would say the third thing is empathy. And like I mentioned before, there is no substitute. And I think we need to have a lot of compassion. We need to show our compassion, show our concern. And when at our workplaces, where we are able to exhibit it and make people feel taken care of, I think that makes them feel very safe and secure. And there is more collaboration among teams, irrespective of the age, experience, backgrounds, gender. People will collaborate better when there is a sense of security. And I've been a great believer in, servant leadership. And when you look at leadership styles of, like, say, Mother Teresa, where, they don't have to raise a war cry, and there's a lot that can be done through compassion than coercion. So I think, and especially because maybe I worked in the same organization all my life, which is a legacy organization. The value systems of the organization is something you imbibe with. I mean, they become your own values as well. So I think a combination of these three. And what's also surprising is that, when you have empathy and compassion, people are willing to experiment. They don't fear taking risks, and so it becomes a driver for innovation and going ahead. I It's so important that a leader should always encourage innovation, because that is what is going to take your organization, your people, your team ahead. So I mean, these are the three things I want to leave you all with, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.